Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something very important. If you happen to own a late model Toyota RAV4, Toyota Camry, or basically some of their other cars that use the 2.4 liter four-cylinder engine. The car I'm in right now is an '06 RAV4, and the problem I'm experiencing with it is relatively heavy oil consumption. So I did get this notice in the mail. It is notice ZE7. What this is about is warranty enhancement to the original warranty on this car. So basically this says you're covered up to 150,000 miles from the date of first use or 10 years. This particular car, you could see right here, so I still have a few months left on the actual 10-year mark, and in terms of mileage, this car is a little over 140,000 miles, so it is a relatively high mileage vehicle, but the issue it's having is heavy oil consumption. So basically what I did was, you bring this notice to your Toyota dealership and they'll do what's called an oil consumption test. Basically, I did have to pay for the oil change to begin with because this car did require an oil change. And what they do is they seal some of the parts where you could add oil. I'll show it to you in a little bit. I just want to go through some of the paperwork to begin with. Basically, you drive the car around for, and it says here, this is the notice they actually gave me. So this says from 1,100 to 1,300 miles. Then you return the car back to Toyota. They're going to measure the oil with a dipstick. And based on the consumption that the motor took, they're going to either, I guess, fix whatever problem it is, or tell you to, have another oil consumption test for whatever reason. So I've already basically driven a little over 100 miles with this vehicle, so I do have a long while to go before I can bring the car back. Now, do I think it's going to make that 1,100 mile mark without adding any oil? No, I don't think so. I think at about 500 it's going to start to experience misfires, and basically, there'll be very low oil in the system. It's pretty dangerous to drive a car like that. I've seen it happen before, not that pleasant. So what I'm going to do, let me open up the engine bay and show you what Toyota actually did to make sure that I don't tamper with the oil system itself. So I opened up the hood. Let me walk around to the front here. I'm going to open it up. Give me a little bit of time here. Kind of hard to hold the phone and the hood. Alright, so I did get an oil change. So I spent like $25 on that. The rest of the service was free. So you could see right here on the dipstick, they put this red type paste on it to make sure I don't take it out. So I don't even check or add or, I guess take out any oil. Over here on the oil fill cap, there's the same thing. And I'm pretty sure on the drain plug and on the oil cooler line as well. I'm not going to look at that right now, but, you can pretty much guarantee it's done there because that's what the paperwork says. One thing they do when you take your car in there is they give it a full inspection to make sure you're not leaking any oil or if there's any other problems. Now the thing is, some cars, when you do have a lack of oil, that could cause some other problems, overheating, a lot of friction, breakdown of seals, and whatever the case is. Now this car does have little rear main seal leak, they told me. Hopefully they'll still perform the work, whatever needs to be done, and they won't try to get away with saying, well, it's my own problem, this is a high mileage vehicle. In my opinion, if you're going to allow warranty up to 150,000 miles or 10 years, you should, probably repair what it is. Now, there's no actual information on what the repair is. I looked all around. All it says online is, they'll repair whatever it is in terms of parts. It doesn't specifically say whether you'll get a new engine or just pistons or you'll pretty much get a rebuild of the motor. I don't know what the repair is. All I know is you drive the car around, bring it back, when it tells you to bring it back. For me, that's probably another 1,000 miles, and then you go from there. So you could see the pretty detailed amount of information they put here when they returned the car back to me. So they made a note of basically everything wrong with it, including down to needing new front brakes, which I think the brakes are fine in this car, to be honest with you. They did some kind of window master switch recall right here, whatever, that was free of charge. so they just did it. Not a big deal. You know, I didn't have any power window problems. Actually, that's one of the best things in this car. Alright, so I'm gonna have a more updated video in a little while, probably, you know, maybe a month from now, maybe a little more based on what you know, my driving style in this car will be like. Hopefully they'll repair their engine. If not, you know, I'm just gonna keep adding oil. That is what it is. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll make sure to make an updated video soon. Thanks.